We're gonna get this live going.
Unless you don't have COVID.
Nope. Let's get this live going, guys. Let's see the comments. Yeah. Talk this dog pre-breeding. Huh?
What?
I said nothing.
What did you say in the kitchen?
Hmm?
What did you just say in the kitchen?
I'm gonna let a little bit more people get in here. See if we can.
COVID, huh?
No. Where's my? Have you seen that box I had in here with all the dog medicine?
No. Did it look like little drinks?
No, it was just a box. Let me see if I can find. Oh, here you go. I found it. Ugh. What's up, guys? Gonna see if we can get a little bit more people in here before we start this live. I told y'all I was gonna start going live every Wednesday. I didn't go live last Wednesday for a reason. I wanted to give you guys some time to catch up to whoever didn't watch those last videos. What's up? How you guys doing? So we got some medicine here. I want to get you guys' thoughts on because some of this medicine is actually the first time I'm using it, but I've heard good things about it. So, this first medicine that I have, I actually have used this one before. This is actually an antibiotic. It's called Baytril. This one is the 5% one. Usually I get the 10% because my dogs are a little bit bigger. But this is the same thing. It's the same thing as, you know, the 10%. Just gotta give it a little bit more. Take it out of the box real quick so you guys can see. I'm not gonna give you guys the dosage on this thing because I'm not a vet. This is what I've been doing. That's how it looks. It's brand new. Just bought it. I actually have a bunch of other ones I'll show you guys right now. These are the 10, but these are empty. You know, these are good. So this medicine is really good on treating like skin infections, ear infections, other infections such as like a UTI or any other like infections the dog has inside of its you know, urinary tract. So the next one I have, I'm basically doing basically my pre-breeding I don't know what you would call it, but what I do before I breed her, as soon as I see drop of blood, I start this. It's like a cycle. So Baytril, it's like a 3 to 5 day straight cycle. And the next one I have is Secnidazole. So this one I have not used before, but I have been doing my research, and this treats Giardia. If your dog has Giardia, usually you'll be able to tell is whenever the poop is like gooey, and you'll tell because the dog will start to like eat grass, because it's like an old school saying, if your dog eats grass, it means his stomach, something wrong with his stomach. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit my females up with this. This one is actually a one pill treats all, but Jazz is about 65 pounds, so she needs 2 of these, and that's it. So that's that. So my next one is a dewormer. So the dewormers, I used to use just the Safeguard goat dewormer. Hey, what's up, bro? The Safeguard goat one, but that one, I want to say that is just fenbendazole. This one is Dontril. This is a triple dewormer, so it gets rid of all dewormer. It doesn't just have fenbendazole. It has fenbendazole. There's 2 more. I can't remember the names, but you guys want to get yourself a triple dewormer, not just the goat dewormer. So that's basically it right now. I'm actually gonna try to get some Clavamox, because Clavamox treats like if you have infection in like soft skin, which it could be like in a dog's uterus and stuff like that too. I would actually instead of going straight up with Baytril, switch it off, because the dog, they build up, well, just like you will build up an immunity in certain antibiotics, so you have to switch it up because your body gets used to it. So that's what I got right now. If you guys got anything that can help me out, and if I'm saying anything wrong, go ahead and drop it in the comments, because I am one of those breeders that I learn from anybody. No matter if you guys been in the game less than me, you guys might know something that I don't know. So if you guys got anything, go ahead and drop it in the comments. If you guys want to talk about anything, drop it in the comments. Because I don't want to just be blabbering and stuff. But yeah, so Baytril's actually pretty good antibiotics. I don't know if it's just Baytril, but I've actually cured a dog with parvo with Baytril. I don't know if you guys remember Slim. He almost died on me whenever he was probably about 4 to 5 months. He got super skinny, didn't want to eat, didn't want to drink. I gave him a cycle of Baytril. The next week, he bounced back. Like, he was up running around, and I was like, man, I thought you were a goner, bro. But yeah, so that's what I got planned for now. I'm hoping Jazz comes in heat and I can finally get some her 3rd litter on the ground. And Cardi, I don't know what's going up with her. She should have been in heat either this month or last month. But you guys know these bullies, their heat cycle is super, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, you guys know what I mean. You can't really tell. You can't rely on it. Sometimes if you have a dog like Jazz, she comes in heat every 6 months. Sometimes you have a dog that'll come in heat every 8 months to a year. Like Stella, she only comes in heat once a year, and so it's super crazy. With Stella, I plan on her next heat taking her to El Nino. It's one of the studs that I produced here. I actually have him back at the yard if you watch my last video. I brought him back. I'll be taking him to her, but I'll actually do a surgical this time because I've heard that dogs that are super hard to get pregnant, it's probably best if you do a surgical. So that's that with her. I'm really banking on Jazz having puppies next because she's a producer. Like anything I could take her to, she produces better than her all the time. And although I've only bred her twice, one dog was Dozer, and Dozer was basically what he was her half brother. So that I was just trying to lock in the genes that her dad had, and I feel like I had it with I do have it with Nina. So if you guys ever see Nina is a stud killer, bro. Like that girl will put a lot of studs to shame. Her head alone is probably about I think I measured it at like 24 inches for a female. Her neck is just as big. Shoulders, she has rear. The only thing with Nina is her she's east-west, and she has a I don't want to say like a slight high rear. I'm just gonna say she does have a high rear, but I'm not afraid of high rears. I've taken Jazz to dogs with basically clean top lines, and she's produced nothing but I won't say show quality, but she's pretty much produced nice dogs. As you guys can see, you guys seen me you've seen all my past productions. I actually have a lot that I haven't really posted. I haven't done an update on Ghostface. That boy is super nice, super nice. Like I wish I could have kept him, but he's in a good house right now. They take real good care of him, and he's living his life, his best life inside. What's up? What's that? Godzilla Jr.? What's going on, guys? So I'm hoping I can get some pups off her. The stud that I'm taking her to, he has a phenomenal rear. You guys know that's what I've been lacking with Jazz. I feel like Jazz is almost there for a female. Her and Nina are almost twins, but Nina got way more Dozer traits, to the head, to the neck, everything. But Jazz is she's just a nice dog. She's super push button, super smart. Lately, she's been real hard-headed. I think it's because she's gonna be coming in heat soon, and a lot of it is I haven't taken her out. But she'll be she's a super nice production. That the guy that I got her from, I don't think he knew what he was giving me. I'm pretty sure he knew because he has her dad, and her dad is probably one of the best bullies that I've seen in person. His name is Bo Bennett. You guys go check him out on Instagram. I think his Instagram is like Smash Bullies. He's a pretty nice dog. Super big neck, and on a small frame. I think he's like 14 inches tall. So go check him out. Jazz comes from a pretty solid bloodline that I want to keep incorporated in my program. So yeah, guys, so if you guys got any questions, go ahead and ask me. I know a little bit, not too much. I can always do my research if I don't know the answer. That's pretty much the reason why I call myself the bully scientist. I like to experiment, stuff like that. It's not because, oh, I produce nothing but heat, A lot of people think that, but any scientist, what do scientists do? They experiment. So, and I experiment. And both of my breedings I would consider those experiments because Jazz taking her back to her half brother, basically trying to see what comes from that. And I think I got what I wanted. I mean, I honestly wanted a dog just like her grandpa or her dad, but that's pretty. It's pretty hard to do. Not to mention, you got Dozer's mom in the mix, and you got Jazz's mom in the mix, so you getting some of their blood too. But when I did that breeding, I did this. I set it up to where those dogs that came from that litter will be producers because they're 2 times Bo Bennett. So a lot of people will fray away from inbreeding like that, but not me. I will inbreed, but I won't inbreed too close. I wouldn't do full brother to full sister, or the mom and dad thing. I don't know if I would do that either, just because a lot of these bullies do have certain traits that will it could do damage to your program. Could get a lot of defects, birth defects, as of like heart murmurs. You can get cleft palate. You can get dogs with backwards feet. You can get all kinds of stuff. So, like, I'm not trying to do that. A lot of people in the exotic game, they actually inbreed a lot, and that's why you'll see some of those dogs come out as dwarfs. A lot of people are chasing those bowed out elbows, and that's a dwarfism trait. You guys ever look at the little people? They always have their forearms won't be straight. They'll have like a bow in it, and that's a dwarfism trait. Another dwarfism trait is the toenail. You pay attention to a dog's toenail. If a dog has a toenail that looks like a freaking velociraptor that sticks up way up here, that's a dwarfism trait. And another dwarfism trait is you watch for the kick out. Like when the dog, if a dog's supposed to walk straight like this with the front feet, and if you see the front feet kick out like this, that's a dwarfism trait as well. I've actually been doing my studies on this stuff, so I bred two. I believe I bred to a dwarf. Jazz's last litter, I bred to what's her name? What's his name? Fat. I believe he was a dwarf. But the reason why I tapped into that gene was to get the dog smaller. Although I got him smaller, I really didn't get no dwarfism traits because of Jazz. She cleaned it up. So you don't want to double down on that gene. So next time that I breed, like say for instance I breed Cardi to a dog that's really small, I'm gonna be looking for the dwarfism traits, with toenail and the kick out and stuff like that, so that's a lot that goes into this breeding. It's not just putting 2 dogs together and I'm gonna get something that looks just like the dad. No, that's not how it works. And a lot of people just hop in this game thinking they're just gonna breed a dog and the dog comes out to be fire, which most of the time I'm gonna tell you it won't happen. You'll get something close, but you're most likely gonna get more of the mom's genes unless you already been doing your homework and breeding to these traits. Like the whole blood, the whole pedigree looks like a certain dog, but the mom looks different. But all of her litter mates look like the traits that you're trying to get, and that mom could be a producer if you take her to the right stud. So that's something you guys gotta actually do your homework on. I'm not a very big pedigree chaser, as most people would say. So like I really don't care much about like pedigrees, but I do look at the pedigrees because I'm trying to look at what dogs in that pedigree have exotic, because I'm really, although I have nothing against exotics, but for me trying to make a champion dog, I really don't want to put no exotic blood into the into my line yet. I would say probably somewhere down in the future I'm gonna have to, because you're breeding all of these dogs that look like bullies. What can happen is sometimes the dog can, or the puppies can come out more terrier, because you're breeding like more pit bull traits, and you're combining those pit bull traits over and over again, and the dogs will end up coming out terrier. So sometimes you do have to, well, in regards to the bullies, you do have to breed into more of the bulldog tree. I'm not saying breed to a dog that's like straight up bulldog, but you have to breed to a dog that has like bulldog traits, like, you know, the really thick bone, which everybody wants, I understand, and more of like the looser skin dogs, kind of like the circular eye dogs. You still want a snout, you don't want the pushed in snout. Reason for that is because breathing issues. If a dog has breathing issues, like super bad breathing issues to where like the dog can't live outside, then you're gonna have issues, you know, with the dog you're living. You know, no matter where you put the dog's gonna have a hard time breathing. It's gonna be super easy for that dog to catch pneumonia. It's gonna be super easy for that dog to like overheat. You guys gotta remember, dogs don't sweat, so they cool themselves down by breathing. So when they breathe, most of the time like that, they breathe through their nose, that their snout, that snout will cool the air down, and it'll cool their body down. So I'm not saying breed to like a freaking dog with a long snout or nothing like that, but that's something to keep in mind when you're breeding to dogs with like super smashed muzzles. Because, you know, if you want a dog that, especially if your setup is like outside, outdoor, you want a dog that's going to be able to live out there too. You know, you can't just have these super freaky micros out there living. You know, those micros will probably die even with, you know, a nice setup like fans and like mister systems and stuff like that. Those dogs will still have issues breathing in this heat. So, you know, when you guys, I'm not saying don't breed the exotics or don't breed, you know, the micros, but just breed to these like a lot of people are breeding these characteristics that are actually damaging the dog. You know, unless you want a house dog, I can understand. Bulldogs are not outside dogs; they're meant to be house dogs. So go ahead and do that. Like, I like some of these micros. Like, I'm a big fan of some of these micros, but I feel like the micro still has a long way to actually to go before you can, you know, okay, this is a healthy healthy breed. Like, one of my favorite micros is probably Crown. If you guys don't know who Crown is, he's like super bully. I think he's pretty correct for how small he is. He does have like a little high rear, but he's pretty much, you know, probably like your ideal micro. Like, he doesn't have a super smashed muzzle, which his muzzle is really short, but it's not super smashed. But he's a very like impressive dog. Give me 1 minute real quick. But yeah, guys, he's a very nice dog. There's actually a lot of dogs that I like that are micros. Jazz is her last baby daddy. He was probably like the cleanest micro I've ever seen. He still looked American Bully. You know, he still had a snout. He still resembled like a pit bull on steroids, but he was just super short. He wasn't overly done. He wasn't, you know, and he was like perfect micro. If you guys want to see him, I don't think the guy has any pictures of him anymore because he kind of stopped breeding, but he still has him. He's still alive. I'm telling you guys, very impressive dog. You guys got to see him in person. Fat is probably the cleanest, one of the cleanest micros. Although he doesn't have, you know, like the biggest head, but he does have a nice head. It fits him. He's very proportional, with super solid rear. He doesn't have stiff stifles. Like I said, the only flaw he does have is probably weak pasterns up front, and he does do that little kick out thing. And those are the only flaws that I could see on the dog. And I don't know how good his breathing is. That's one of the mistakes I did do, because I didn't get to see him, you know, running around and stuff like that. The dog was a super calm dog. But although I think he's very, I don't think he has very bad breathing issues, because none of his puppies really have bad breathing issues. They're all still alive, all the puppies that I have. There's only one that I haven't seen. Actually, 2 males passed away, and I'm very like upset that those 2 males passed away. One passed away on the second day, and he was a super beautiful dog. Like, he was a blue tri, the thickest puppy out of the litter. But one thing that the guy that did the C-section said is the dog looked like he could have been a water puppy. And if you don't know what a water puppy is, the dog is basically like the body is full of water, and that could have been a reason why he passed. Jazz probably, you know, didn't really care too much about him, because I fell asleep for like a little longer than I was supposed to do, than I was actually supposed to, because I was super tired, you know, whelping and stuff like that, making sure I got the progesterones ready, right, to, you know, do the C-section. So I fell asleep a little longer than I was supposed to, and woke up. The dog was cold, and it was super cold, and I was upset. Like, I was like, man, this dog could have been the one. And that, but those aren't the only reasons why I bred to this dog. This dog's pedigree, like I said, I'm not a big pedigree guy, but his pedigree alone was like Chomper. If you guys don't know who Chomper is probably one of the baddest looking bullies that I've ever seen. He's actually a pocket. And he also has a lot of muscle tone. He has Magoo. He has what's the other dog called? Masterpiece. He has Razor's Edge Demon Boy. He has Demon Boy probably like 2-3 times in that blood. And you guys know Demon Boy is a Magoo son, and that's straight up Dax blood right there. Dax is probably like one of my favorite bullies of all time. I don't care what anybody has to say. If you don't have Dax in your pedigree, your dogs are probably not gonna have the neck or shoulders, you know, because that's what Dax threw, neck and shoulders. That's what everybody wants in this bully game. You know, you look at like a prize fighting bull. Those bulls are super impressive because their neck is super wide, and that's one of the traits that when I first got into it, like that's what sold me on the breed. It's like, this dog looks like a freaking bodybuilder. Like, the traps on the bodybuilder is everything. You can't be super buff with no traps. You're just gonna have like a super long neck, and everything else, it's not gonna be proportional. Like that, the traps is everything. Just like the dog, like the neck is everything for me. Like, it's gotta have the neck. It's gotta have the rear. Yeah, dude. Like, some of these dogs are super crazy. Like, another one of my favorite dogs is probably gonna be what's his name? Trapzilla. That dog is crazy dog. Like, super impressive from the front. His rear is solid. He's a solid rear. I know a lot of people were talking mess about his rear, but I think whenever they seen him, he was having issues with his rear. He got his surgery done, and that dog, he looks pretty complete to me. Trap is probably one of the best looking dogs, best G2 golden child son that I've seen. Another one is R2G2. R2G2 is amazing as well. He does have that little kick out that I was telling you guys about, and he is kind of long. His rear though alone, his rear is super thick. Like, I'd breed to that dog if I had the money, but I don't got the money like that. And plus, I think he's closed to the public now. But Golden Child is another dog that I like. He does have quite a few flaws, but every dog that he pretty much touches are Like if you have a super nice female, he's gonna produce something nice. Like I've seen all of not all of his production, but most of his productions, he's he's actually a solid dog. Like when I first started, I actually thought he was kind of exotic, which some of these dogs probably do have some exotic traits, and this is another reason why I don't only go off of pedigrees, is because a lot of these people hang papers on these dogs. You know, they might have a dog and they don't want to put exotic into their bloodline or on the paper pedigree, and you know they have another dog and they just put it under that. And I feel like a lot of what's his name, Rocco blood has that. A lot of Rocco blood has that exotic in it. But Rocco, he's probably the best producer right now. Like Rocco produces his ass off. Like Rocco is super clean dog. I'm not a big fan of his face, but the bone, the sheer size that he produces and he has, it's super crazy. Like, but with some of the dogs that I don't know, whoever's in here, some of the dogs you guys like. I know Caesar, he wants one of these tri dogs. He's been looking at these tri dogs for a while, and that's one thing I don't really worry about is the color. Although one of the colors that I do want is a lilac tri. That's always been one of my dogs that I'm trying to produce as a lilac tri, and that's probably why another reason why I like Crown so much, because he is a lilac tri. But another dog that I really like is I really like what's that dog? The guy's name? What's the guy's name? His whole bloodline is super. What's that dog's name? I'm having a brain fart right now. I can't even remember his name. What's the dog's name? His name is Oro. I can't remember the guy's camp for some reason. I can't remember. If you guys remember where Oro's from, Oro. Dang, what is it? Oh, Louis V. There you go. Louis V. Was actually, Dozer had Louis V blood. Dozer was a Santino, a Daxline Santino grandson. And you guys know Santino was a Louis V son. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why Dozer was so freaking big, was because of the Louis V blood. And if you look at Dozer's mom was like a pit. Like she didn't look like a bully to me. But she produced her butt off. Go over there with that, dude. And like I was saying, she produced her butt off, because almost all of that litter was fire. Like Dozer had a sister that was super bully. Like I'm telling you, her name was Baby D, and I never seen her in person, but I can tell. I know when I see a dog, like this dog had a huge neck and a really big head on her. She was incredible for a female. I'm not really in good terms with the guy that I got Jazz from right now, but I give credit where credit's due. The dude bred some nice dogs. Like he did his thing on that. But if you guys are interested in puppies, hopefully I can have some puppies. I'm not gonna charge an arm and a leg. Like I said, I don't really care too much about, the money as of right now, but I really want me a champion dog. Like that's always been the dream. Dozer was damn near close to that. He was super nice top line, front. His fronts were super straight. Big head, ginormous head, like 26.5 inch head at his full weight. It's just super crazy on a 15 to 15.5 inch frame. Like the dude was he was actually something to see in person at his full weight. Like a lot of people, whenever they seen him in person, they were like, "What the hell? It's not a freaking dog." A lot of people thought it was a bear because I would post like pictures of like his top skull. And, you know, guys know he had kind of like the longer snout, so he did look like a bear. But if you seen him up front, like his head was like super circular. I like the super circular head because I feel like it makes their head look even bigger. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much today all I got. Like I said, if you guys have any more videos or any more medicine that I should look up, or you know, your pre-breeding treatments, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Like I said, every Wednesday I'm gonna go live after work. Sometimes I may go live during work, depending how long my breaks are. But sorry guys, I'm actually getting sick. Well, I'm already sick, but you guys want to see the smallest Frenchie right here? It's Dior. Look at her tongue. Get her tongue away, girl. Super small. She's already a year and a half. I'm not gonna breed her though, guys. Look how compact she is. She's super compact. She does have like that freaking neck, like a bully. You guys can see. She actually smells good for being outside. But what you guys think about the Frenchie game? Look at that. Smallest Frenchie, man. I'm telling y'all, I don't even post her like that because I'm not a Frenchie dude. How wide she is. Oh, mama. You're stinky, girl. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got right now. Every Wednesday I get out of work at 3:30, so I'll probably be home like around 4:30. So from 4:30 to like, what time did I hop on now? Like 6? 4:30 to 6, I'll probably have a video, or I'll go live. But on every Monday, I'll be dropping a video. I have one already. I have a couple, probably like 3 videos in the chamber I haven't dropped because I'm actually trying to drop every Monday. When I get a little bit more followers and a little bit more views, I'll start dropping videos every like 2 day, every Monday and every Thursday. So that way you guys have a little bit more content. The channel's slowly growing. I know a lot of it comes from me not being consistent, but I have to work and I get tired. So if I didn't work, like when I first started, I wasn't working, so I was pumping out videos left and right, and you know, I was growing fast, but I'm not right now. So plan is to not have to work, so where I can just, you know, keep pumping videos out for you guys, and you know, get like 4 videos a week and stuff like that. Hopefully I can do it, you know, but I know I could do it if I put my mind to it, but I'm not trying to overexert myself. I'm not trying to burn myself out. But yeah, guys, if you guys want, go ahead and put in the comments what you guys want to see next. I'm kind of like, all my videos is kind of like, I don't have plans. It's just whatever comes out the day, I'll just go ahead and make a new video. But anyways, guys, make sure y'all like my shit, comment, subscribe. It's the Bully Scientist, and I'm out. Peace.